Hello everyone, welcome to this reading. I have a very special guest with us today. This young girl, as she's presenting herself to me, is Victoria Climbié. Now, her energy has been around me for a few weeks, probably a couple of months, I would say, and I've been trying to get into the right headspace to actually read for her, mainly because her story is unbelievably sad, unbelievably tragic, and unbelievably horrific. For those that don't know, I've got Wikipedia here, because trying to remember everything, it's difficult. Anyway, so Wikipedia says Victoria Climbié was an 8-year-old Ivorian girl who was tortured and murdered by her great-aunt and her great-aunt's boyfriend. Her death led to a public inquiry and produced major changes in child protection policies in the United Kingdom. And it was in the year 2000, and it looks like she died on the 25th of February in the year 2000. So I had a feeling it was coming up to her anniversary, which is possibly why she's been in my consciousness. But I awoke one day, as I said, it must be a couple of months. It was before Christmas last year. And I just literally couldn't stop thinking about her, and her energy was everywhere. And I struggled at work to concentrate, and she just really has a few things she wants to say in regard to what happened to her. Now, I'm not going to go into the details here. If you are interested, look her up. There's been a foundation set up in her name, which is wonderful, but I feel, not only because it's almost, coming up to the 25th year mark, but the torture and suffering of children is still going on, unfortunately. And it shouldn't be something we have to live with or put up with, because it's just not right. We know it's not right. People know it's not right, but it still goes on. So I'm just looking up here. So it says on Wikipedia, very briefly, that Victoria was born in Abobo, and she left the country with her great aunt and moved to France, and then they ended up in the UK. So that's a very small, tiny portion of what Wikipedia says. And then it says it's not known when her great aunt started abusing her, but her great aunt met this man. I think he was a bus driver, I think, if I can remember off the top of my head. And then they kind of abused her together. So, as I said, it's really too horrific to repeat here, really, what this young girl went through. But please know that she is now absolutely fine. She has done her healing, and she wants to bring us some messages of hope and of love. She's sat in front of me, And she's, now the way that I work, I see, just before we get into this, in case you're thinking like, what, she's sat in front of you, like what? Yeah, in my mind's eye, that's how I tend to see and interact with spirit. I hear them as well. Okay, so she is presenting herself as still as a young girl, around about the age of 8, which is the age that she died. And she has, her favourite colour's purple. She has bunches in her hair. She's got a pink t-shirt on with a pair of jeans and trainers. And her jeans are, they're quite significant, and she's drawing my attention to them because she loves them. She absolutely loves these jeans. They've got like, I'd say they're quite wide leg, and they've got like embroidery, like pink and purple flowers embroidered along the bottom. And her trainers are white and pink. Okay, she's saying to me, tell everybody not to worry. Don't be scared, because I'm okay. She says she's there with her grandmother. And it's wonderful. She has a dog. She's talking about the people that looked after her. She said they didn't know any better. They didn't know how to take care of me properly. They were immature themselves, and they needed help. She said they struggled with being understood. Particularly, it sounds like there was a language barrier, particularly when they came to the UK. They did not know any better. And she's saying, unfortunately, that a lot of children that are abused in this way, in a similar fashion, they too have guardians and parents that don't know any better. They think it's okay. They are treating these children like toys that can be discarded when boredom sets in. She's saying there is no known cure for this, but we must understand that the adults involved need help as well as the children. In Victoria's case, there was a lot of failings, I believe, which Wikipedia tells us, from the police, social services, etc., hospitals. Please forgive me if I get a bit emotional. Okay, so she's drawing my energy to cigarette burns, and she's showing me cigarette burns she had on her arms. She's saying that she got to a point she couldn't even feel them any longer. She went to another place in her head. Sorry, excuse me. I'm trying to calm myself down, because the energy that she's putting onto me is extremely... I'm picking up a lot of emotions, put it that way. I absolutely adore this little girl. I say little, as she's presenting herself, let's say she's no longer a little girl, okay? She's grown in spirit. She's saying her mother is struggling with feelings of guilt and anguish, apparently. Okay, she's just said, can we pull some cards now? She's chosen 3 decks. She likes animals. So one of the decks I've got is the African Goddess Rising deck. Now, some of the images are of naked women, so with respect, I'm probably going to have to cover them up, or attempt to. I'll just give me a second. I'll have a look at some of the images that come out first, and then we'll see how revealing they are. Okay. What else do you want to say, Victoria? Oh, yeah, she's saying you have to call me Victoria as well, which I have been. She doesn't like Vicky. She was never known as Vicky. Okay, so we have Iazan, I hope that's how you pronounce it, with Miracles. What an absolutely gorgeous card that is. I feel, sorry, they're very shiny, so I'll try not to get the ring light to reflect so you can see them. This says to me, this is her grandmother in spirit, and Victoria's drawing me to this palm that this lady's holding, and she's saying that's how she was held when she first transitioned to spirit. She was really looked after. And she's saying all the flowers and all the ferns were her spirit guides and helpers. This is how she saw them. Don't forget, this is a young child that would need a lot of healing, time to heal, and a lot of support and a lot of understanding in order to understand what had happened to her and why. What we have to remember is this was part of her soul contract, and unfortunately it's a fact of life that bad things happen to good people. And the reason that is to teach us something. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, we are on this planet to learn and to experience and to love. So what these terrible things are trying to teach us is unconditional love. She's saying that, don't know if you can see these 2 vases here that have got the water flowing. She's saying that really is representing the emotions and the tears that we need to allow to flow in order to heal ourselves. She said, we are never alone, we are always held We are always truly held. Let's have a look. She has great wisdom, this soul does. Great wisdom. She has not come back yet into the physical. She will, but she says her soul contract is to wait for times to change. They've not changed yet. As we know, we are still going through children, etc., being abused, tortured. So this one's okay to show. This is grief. She said this is grief is something, she's saying, that we all need to learn to cope with. We all need to learn to deal with. We all need to learn to experience, and it's okay to have grief and to go through grief. We need to sit with our grief in order to fully experience it. It is all part of the healing process. This is her mother, she's saying, or a representation of her mother experiencing the grief. And as you can see, this character here is pregnant. She's saying she's experiencing the grief in order to birth it forward, in order to bring it forward into the world, in order to heal the cycle and the karma. This was very deep rooted in Victoria's karma. Now, when we think of karma, it's not about getting your own back on somebody. That card's just flown out. Or anything like that, if they've done us wrong. Karma really and truly is about balance. Balancing the energies. Everything is energy, right? There is nothing else. Okay? This camera that I'm recording on is energy. I am energy. You are energy. These cards, okay, everything behind you see behind me, it's all energy. There's nothing else. And it can never be destroyed. So we have the Queen of Sheba with secrets revealed. She's saying there's going to be more that comes out about her story and others' stories that suffered the same fate and are still suffering the same fate. The truth is going to be revealed in the next 5 to 10 years. That's a good thing, isn't it? If this can stop, or we can heal a lot of it. Let's have a look. She's obviously she's still sat in front of me, and I can see what she's doing in my head. And she's just got herself a packet of sweets, jelly babies. You like the jelly babies? Bless her. Okay, so we have Mama Kuumba Bang and Speak Up. I don't think there's any nudity on here. Sorry, I really need my reading glasses. I am sorry. I should grab them, really. Speak up. This is what we need to do more of. Speak up. If you know something is wrong, if you feel something is wrong, if you sense something is wrong with someone you know, a neighbour, a friend, somebody down the road, if something does not look right, if you're a school teacher or working in social services or wherever, even if you're a parent and you're dropping your kids off at school and one of the children you feel is a bit off, speak up. This is what she's saying. We cannot hold back. We must not hold back. Because therefore, as you can see, all the hands in the back, then we win. Then we win. She's saying it's people keeping silent is the problem. People keeping silent is the problem. Do not keep silent. Speak up, please. She's saying, she's begging us. She's saying it might seem unbelievable and it might seem crazy and terrible and awful, and you can't believe it, you won't believe it. But whatever it is, no matter how small, if something feels off, then it is. That's what she's saying. There we go. Yeah. Gang Sarah, resistance. What she's saying is we need to lose this resistance. There's too much of it, keeping silent and saying, oh no, it doesn't really matter, it'll be all right, it'll sort itself out. No, it won't. Okay. Speak up, lose the resistance. Because people need our help, children need our help, animals need our help. She's saying she really loves animals. Oh, I can see this little dog with her now. I keep getting the name Poppy. It's like a little it's small, kind of wiry, sort of poodly type hair, like light sort of coloured hair. It's cute. It's jumping up at her feet. Right. Okay. So we have Oya with storms and Queen Nandi with intuition. Sorry, reading glasses. Yes, we need them. I do. Here we go. This, she's talking about, this is the storms of what she went through. Look at all this blue here. This symbolises to me the throat chakra, or she's guiding me towards the throat chakra. I've been holding my blue crystal. This is blue obsidian and I absolutely love it throughout this reading, to try and help my throat chakra to portray what she's trying to get across, so that I can speak clearly to you, because it is quite difficult, if I'm honest. But she's drawing me to the blue. She's saying the resistance comes from the blocked throat chakra. It's because we're afraid to speak up. We're afraid of looking stupid or sounding daft or looking like an idiot or rocking the boat. She's saying getting involved. People don't want to get involved. We've got to. We have to get involved. What are we talking about? use your intuition. This woman here's got a child. So what are we talking about? If you're a parent or anybody is dropping a child off at school and one of the children looks off, you feel something is wrong, that is your intuition. Intuition is never wrong, ever. We've got to speak up. Do we need any more from this deck? One, she's just said one more. Okay. Okay. I don't really want to try and pronounce this, but it looks like Noxazana with celestial alignment. So what an absolutely stunning card. Isn't that absolutely stunning? She's saying these are all the colours that she saw when she transitioned. Sorry, that's making me emotional again. And this joy and this happiness and this feeling of overwhelming beauty will happen when we speak up, when we go through this. This is the result. Let's have a look at this other deck. This has got animals. Dance the rainbow. So we've got essentially look at those cards. Sorry, that ring light. I'll have to change my lighting up. I do apologise. There you go. That's probably better, isn't it? So look at that one. Oops. There we go. That's better. Gorgeous. She's saying let the emotions flow and look that tree, look at the life that grows through that. Look at what is born through that. Once we speak up, see more blue? Once we speak up, we speak out on behalf of children that can't necessarily do that. They can't speak up for themselves. They can't ask for help. That is what is born. Beautiful rainbows. Let's see if anything else. She's saying she's getting a bit tired now. Okay. She's saying this was her when she was in the physical. She used to go into an imaginary world. And she's saying she saw some children playing in a playground and she wanted to go and join them because they had some bubbles. And she's saying that she saw this, I can actually see it. She's showing me that she saw this big bubble from this child that had blown this bubble, and she made a wish into that bubble that she could get away. She wished she could have a dog and she wished she could get away. You've got your dog now. She's saying, yes, I have. Bless her. She's saying, if you ever see bubbles, children blowing bubbles, make a wish. Yeah, I think we might have to come back. Do you want anything? Do you want to say anything else? She's saying, please try and help everybody understand they are not alone, but we must stand up for the rights of children. She's saying it's no good to do it after the fact. She's saying these things always trigger a reaction in people that should automatically be happening while it's happening, not after the fact. Because what you find is, she's saying, what you find is that these companies and organisations always say, yes, well, lessons have been learned. Which is not a bad thing. As I've said before, we are here to learn, but we're also here to help people and to stand up for people. As I said, stand up for the young that can't necessarily stand up for themselves. She's saying, don't worry though, I am fine, I am happy. There are many others like her who have gone through a terrible ordeal that are now in spirit, that are being helped and healed and guided and loved, which is something that they didn't really experience on Earth, which is just heartbreaking. Anyway, my lovely, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I'm just talking to Victoria. She's gone off with Poppy. I've got a bit of a headache, if I'm honest, and I'm feeling quite emotional. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I have a feeling she'll be back. As I said, she's told us that things are going to come out, more things are going to come out in the next 5 to 10 years. So let's hope that's for the better. Yeah. Take care, my lovelies. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you to Victoria and Poppy and her jelly babies. And thank you so much to my spirit fam who are always here. They're always about offering me guidance and protection. And thank you for watching and spending time with me. You take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.